Hi, this is Meagan Michael, your intuitive health coach, coming to you from breaking free from toxic people and breaking free from narcissistic abuse. I just got back from the Abraham Hicks workshop. Hang on, let me clean these while I'm talking to you. So I was gone, just a quick trip with my friend. We went to Miami and we left on Friday morning and came back like midnight on Saturday. And what an amazing experience. I mean, the whole trip. I'm not even sure where to start. Yes, I am. I want to start right here. Okay, so while I didn't get chosen for the hot seat, which is really okay because I didn't, well, number one, I was kind of nervous and I was kind of hoping I didn't get chosen. Isn't that crazy? I had my hand up just in case. But I wasn't really sure. I didn't have anything specific that I wanted to ask. And the reason being, and this happens to a lot of people, I've heard them talk about it on many, many different segments on YouTube, that while you're like leading up to the workshop, you'll have a question in your head, and if you have released resistance and you're vibrating to a high frequency and you're in the receptive mode, the answer will come to you. You don't have to be physically sitting in the seat in front of Abraham to have questions answered. I'm very, very clear on this in a big way, but I really want to share it with you because I used to feel like, oh well, if one day I'll be in the seat in front of Abraham and be able to ask them this question, whatever this question is. In the meantime, all my questions are answered all the time. Well, not all the time, but as long as I'm not in resistance and I know when I am. All right, so anyway, one of the questions, okay, I want to start here. So I bought this keychain. Let me see if I can show it to you. Yeah, I kind of can. There, wait, stop moving. Life is supposed to be fun with the tree of life. All right, see, AbrahamHicks.com. Is that cool? I love this so much. Look at my t-shirt, Miami. Can you see? Miami. Yeah. Oh, and my amethyst necklace. I love this so much. I wanted one for so long, and I knew. There's so many things I want to tell you. I knew that we were going to be in I thought it would be like a metaphysical bookstore because I didn't know who else sold crystals. It wasn't metaphysical. It was a store that literally sold all kinds of crystal jewelry. All right, awesome. Because I knew we'd be in one. And my friend visualized it the same way I did, that we're going to be in a location where we can walk around and we wouldn't have to drive to go shopping or whatever, that we can walk from place to place. And that's exactly how it was. Neither of us had ever been there. Neither of us Googled it or anything like that. We didn't have a plan, except that we had the tickets for Abraham Hicks and we booked the hotel. Everything else, we just played it by ear, and it was just perfect. Oh, and I also show you my chakra bracelet, another thing I've wanted for a very long time, and I've looked at them online, and it's hard to tell online if the beads are real or not. I know for sure these, because real crystal will be cold to the touch. So these amethysts are absolutely real. There, you can see it well now. There you go. That's a good way for me to show it to you. So yeah, it represents the chakras, which are the energy portals in our body. And I think some of these, I'm not 100% sure. I think some of these are beads and not stones. But anyway, the amethyst I know for certain is real. And you'll know because it gets cold to the touch. Real stones, real crystals get cold. This is I forget what this is, but blue is good for for communication, for your throat chakra, and purple is that's just amethyst, and it's my favorite. All right, so what was I going to tell you? Okay, the tree of life. I'm going to show it to you one more time because I found a better way to do it. It should be this way. Focus. That's better. Can you see it clearly? Yes, you can. All right, so the tree of life, see how much is up above? Much more than there is below, but it's connected by the trunk. All right. And in my mind, as I was sitting there, I was holding the keychain while Abraham was speaking, and just because I really enjoy playing with something like a crystal right, and I'm enjoying this, and I'm thinking in my head, okay, well, if I get called up there, maybe I'll ask them this. Because everything else seems to have been answered for me, either prior to the workshop or while I was just sitting right there, and just information gets downloaded. A lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about. And for those of you who want to know what I'm talking about, we'll get there. We'll get there, and you'll get there. You'll get there. I'm telling you, because it's all the answers in the universe are yours. They're yours. They're available to you. You can download information and access and communication and communicate with, with higher intelligence, with infinite intelligence, whenever we want, whenever you want. All right. So now this picture. Boop. All right. So I have often heard Abraham say, and it's absolutely true, that the greater part of you is in non-physical. So see how much is on top? That would be your inner being, which also may be known as your higher self, source energy, all that is, all that is. All right, and we are connected, but that's us down below. That's us down below. That's a very small part of who and what we really are down here on this earth. But a tree needs the roots. My friend Diane pointed this out as we were talking about this. And I forget how she phrased it, but it was brilliant about how the tree needs the roots to absorb the nutrients to go up the trunk for the tree and the leaves and the branches to thrive in order for it to exist. And we are extremely important to source and to our higher selves and all that is down here. We are on, as Abraham says, the leading edge of thought. We are on the leading edge of thought, and anyway, so that I intuited this, and I know that's what it's about. I know the question wasn't posed, and I actually tried to Google it just to double check myself, but I don't have to, because when you know in your gut, and that's my reality. And anyway, so another, I wanted to share that with you. Oh my gosh, look. Ask and it is given cards. Look at that. Okay, I'll pull one. I will. Because you asked. Because you asked so nicely. Of course I will. Do I have this in the... Oh, yeah, it's fine. I was going to adjust... No, I do want to adjust the camera a little bit. A little bit. I didn't wear my Miami t-shirt for nothing. I love it. Oh my gosh. There. Now you can see my Miami t-shirt more better. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna. I really don't like that angle quite as well, but anyway, pretty. I was such a tourist in Miami. I lived in South Florida for the greater part of my life. All right, not in Miami, although for a very short time I lived in Miami, but that was when I was 18 or something like that. But the greater part of my life, I lived in the Fort Lauderdale area, which is right next to Miami. And I never went to Miami. I didn't say never ever, but I can probably count in 30 years how many times I went to Miami. And I had these stories that I told myself that the roads were crazy, that if you weren't fluent in Spanish, that you couldn't get lost. And frankly, that part was true when I was 16 and I got lost in Miami when I was just learning how to drive. And it was really scary because I wasn't fluent in Spanish at the time. And I'm not fluent now, but I speak a lot. So, it's good enough. I could get by. But at the time, I didn't know a word. I hadn't taken a class yet. But whatever. Anyway, the point that I'm making is not that. Miami is awesome. Is that... Hang on. Okay, the stories that we tell ourselves. All right, that no longer serve us. All right, so I said I'd never go to Miami, and I had all these reasons kind of in my head why I didn't want to go to Miami. But once I booked the ticket, I'm still shuffling. Once I booked the tickets, and I knew we were going to Miami, and I'm excited about going to Miami, and I started looking at it completely differently. And we didn't stop in Fort Lauderdale on the way there. There was nothing that we needed, but if we did, it would have been okay. But I noticed, so Abraham always says, and they said it this time too, that thought is in the last place that you left it. Okay? So I haven't really thought about Miami in a long time, or Fort Lauderdale for that matter. I had a lot of bad experiences in Fort Lauderdale. I had a lot of good ones too. It was most of, but I'm happy not to live there anymore too. But see, wait a minute. That's an old thought too. Now, why am I happy not to live there? Okay, so actually the reason that I'm happy not to live there is because I'm happy to live here. So it's not like I'm running away from that. It's though I did that, that's how I got here. But it's a matter of wanting to be where I am and really liking and appreciating the slow pace of the small town that I live in, and the calm, serene energy that's here as compared to Miami, which is this frenetic, chaotic, like exciting, crazy, constant, everywhere energy. It's phenomenal. I wrote something. I might even share it with you, and maybe not on this video. I don't know. It seems to be like I don't want it to be too long, but all right. So anyway, so the thoughts that don't serve us. Okay, for example, so we're on a boat, a tour boat, right? At Bayside, and we take a tour boat to go look at whatever. We just wanted to get on the water, and actually, that was on Saturday after the workshop, so it was really perfect because after all the energy and all the people and all that craziness on Friday, and then all the excitement on Saturday morning, the water. And so even the crowded boat was nothing compared to everything that was around us on land, and the water itself is very soothing and clarifying and cleansing for our souls, our spirits, and everything. So we're out on the water, and it's like some kind of a tour boat. They showed us the homes of like Jennifer Lopez and whatever. That was cool. That was fine. I mean, I like to look at nice homes too. But for me, my favorite part was just being on the water. And I started to tell my friend, she doesn't mind if I use her name, so I started to tell Diane that I didn't like boats, and that I didn't like being on the water, and that I got seasick, and that I always got. But I caught myself as I was saying the words to her, I was catching myself with them coming out of my mouth, and I said, you know what? This no longer serves me. This no longer serves me. I don't know, for whatever reason, I had thoughts in my head about boats. I'd been on them before, but I didn't care for them when I was younger. But that was then, and this is now. And that thought, just like Abraham says, was right where I left it. As we're about to get on a boat, I was nervous, I was apprehensive. I was doing it anyway, but I felt apprehensive about this because I always get seasick. Because that thought about me being on the water in a boat was last left like 20 years ago. That's the last time I thought about that at all. So as soon as the opportunity there it was in front of me, I'm like, oh well, and then I start saying words that no longer serve me and no longer represent anything about me, but they were coming out of my mouth, and but I was aware of it. You know what I'm saying? And so I thought that was really, really interesting. And listen to this. I'll do this in a minute. So I had purchased. Oops, I need that light. I had bought a purse. I had bought a purse at the thrift store. Well, I used to like it a lot more than I do now. I don't love thrifting as much as I did because everything holds energy. So if something isn't brand new, like this t-shirt's brand new, if something is brand new and you're the only one to wear it, then you're not carrying around anybody else's energy. But if you say, I love vintage and antique stuff, I really do. But I didn't realize how most of my life I've been carrying around the energy for everybody and like for hundreds of years all around me and stuff. And so wait, where was I? What was I about to tell you about? Hang on. So excited. So much I want to tell you. Okay, the shirt, the purse. Okay. See, you just have to clear, you just have to release the resistance when you start to like get all balled up or whatever expression you want to use, and then you just let it go. And then it flows. The information just flows. All right. So I had bought a purse. It was a 9 West black leather purse, and it was in mint condition, inside and out. Perfect, right? Shoulder bag and all that was perfect for the trip. Perfect. So, and I got it at such a great price. I was so happy. And so I'm showing Diane, and she's like, "Oh, that's a really nice purse." And we always have either like we're wearing the same color or the same like whatever. There's always similarities when we go out. We're very connected, right? And she just got a brand new purse, same style, brand new though, really beautiful and beige, but the exact same shoulder strap rectangular bag, right? Anyway, so we start to leave, and I'm like, oh look, my purse has like a little. I threw it away, so I can't even show you. Has like a little nick in it over here and a nick in it over there. All right, that's okay. I guess it's a little bit peeling. Well, long story short, this thing disintegrated. The actual, I don't know if it was leather or plastic, whatever it was, but the leather stuff on the outside, the black portion, disintegrated to the point where it was sticking all over my neck from the shoulder strap. It was on my arms and my hands. It was gross. It was nasty. It looked horrible. It looked like I was, who knows? I don't care. Whatever. I'm sure people have their opinions of what I looked like carrying around that purse, maybe, and maybe they didn't. I don't care. I don't care. But the point is, why did this happen? Why? It didn't show any indication of being old or crusty or anything like that, right? And then I get home, and this was what, yesterday, and I'm emptying out the purse. Or maybe it was even this morning. I don't even. We had a lot going on really in a short period of time. And I'm emptying the purse, and I'm putting it in another purse, and I'm about to throw it out. And downloaded from Spirit, I hear, this is great. I hear the purse disintegrated on this trip, just like the thoughts that no longer serve you, just crumbled away. It was representative. The purse disintegrating on the trip and crumbling and falling away was representative of the thoughts and beliefs, the thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve me. How's that? Yeah, that was very cool. And this is our card for today. I just pulled it. It says, I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. I will reach for the best feeling thought I have access to. And I will read you the card. It says, always be reaching for the feeling of relief that comes when you release a more resistant thought and replace it with a more allowing, better feeling thought. The stream of well-being is always flowing through you, and the more you allow it, the better you feel. The more you resist it, the worse you feel. I'm going to show this to you and meditate for a moment. Spirit is showing me. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to have my eyes closed. I'm trying to meditate, and I'm trying to show you the card. I opened my eyes, and the card's like way over here. Hi, puppy. So Spirit was showing me the boat again, and so. I guess that's what this is really about. Is what I was just telling you. So when I was. The feeling of relief that comes when you release a more resistant thought and replace it with a more allowing, better feeling thought. So when I got on the boat, I was still thinking like, well, I'm not so sure that I like, the water, because I have gotten seasick in the past. It's been like 30 years, but or 20, whatever. But I definitely was affected negatively by the water on a boat. And so, but as soon as as soon as I realized that it was not serving me, that belief was an old belief, and it was a resistant thought. That was a resistant thought. I don't like boats. I don't like the water. I don't like anything is a resistant thought anyway. Okay, you see? All right. So, and I replaced it with, well, you know what? That was a long time ago. And it surely feels really good right now, and it looks nice. And we hadn't left the dock yet, or the port, whatever. But it was really wonderful. And so I recognized that I had the old, resistant thoughts, and I replaced it with like, well, you know what? I'm excited to be here, and this is a total amazing adventure that we're having, and I know, because everything is always working out for us. It really is, well, especially even when we're apart. But when we're together, we just know everything's always work. We got front row for Abraham Hicks. Of course we did. We have front row for everything we attend. Every time we go to the symphony, not like 9 out of 10 times, we get front row. Seriously, we were absolutely front row for Abraham too. Even a friend of mine said, how'd you do that? I said, I walked in and I saved 2 seats. That's what happened. That's just, they were there. They were available. I placed my stuff on them, and now they were our seats. That's what you do. You put something on a seat and it's yours. Let's get there before other people. Front row. All right. So so this is what it's about. So this is what it's about. Releasing releasing the more resistant thoughts and replacing it with a more allowing, better feeling thought. And I knew that everything was always working out for us. And I knew that everything was going to be okay. And I knew we were going to have a great boat trip. I knew this. I knew it. And those are much more allowing thoughts. You see the difference? I knew everything else was flowing. Why wouldn't this flow too? I knew that it would. And it did. And it did. But had I held on to that resistant thought, right? If I held on to that thought, then it would have been bad because I would have somehow, we can convince ourselves of anything. And why? Just because I'm learning this I feel like I want to share this with you. I have so many things I want to tell you, but I can't tell you all in one video. So I'm going to put these cards away for now. Super cool cards. I love them. And one more thing I wanted to share. Hang on. What was that? Hold on. Let me give me a moment. Take a moment with me if you are so inclined and breathe in. And breathe out. Deep breath feels so good. Now, what was the last thing I wanted to tell you? Well, frankly, that one is not coming back to me right away. So that means Spirit is not popping it in my head like they do with all the other things. So that one wasn't that important. I definitely gave you the message. No, I was going to read a card, but I'll do that in another video. I have two readings, ladies. I know I have two of you I'm going to read for. I promise. I will. I just have to do it when I'm inspired to do it. And I knew it was going to be after Abraham, because I, was all excited and everything. All my energy was focused on that. But I'm home now, and very, very, very inspired to say thank you for watching, and everything is great. Always remember, everything is always working out for you, and release those resistant thoughts, and it's coming back to me, and recognize when you have old beliefs. This is what I wanted to say. It came back to me. Thank you, Spirit. Don't get all caught up in worrying about, well, I used to believe this, so I must still believe this. Like I love purple t-shirts. I love purple shirts. I didn't always love wearing purple, okay? And that's okay. That's okay. I love it now. I've always loved amethyst, but I did not always love purple shirts. In fact, even 2 years ago, you wouldn't have found a purple shirt in my closet. I didn't think the color looked good on me, or whatever it was. That whatever beliefs I had held at that time, it just didn't appeal to me. And it certainly does now, in a big way. Even my pen is purple, like everything is. A lot of things are, because it represents spirit, but I don't do it because of, I do it because I'm drawn to. Okay. So yeah, the message I want to leave you with is, don't hold on to a belief or a thought. A belief is only a thought that you keep thinking over and over and over again. And Dr. Joe Dispenza says that all the time. And so do a lot of the great teachers. So belief is just a thought that you keep thinking and thinking and thinking, and it becomes a belief. So if you believe that you don't like purple, but maybe you're looking at something that's purple and you're like, yeah, it's kind of nice, but I don't like purple. Don't be afraid to let go of those beliefs that no longer serve you, like the disintegrating purse, the purse that crumbled and fell apart in like a million pieces, just disintegrated. That on this last trip to Abraham, just like the purse disintegrated and crumbled and disappeared. Let those beliefs go. If they no longer serve you, let them go. Throw it away. I had to throw the purse away. I couldn't even give it away. I threw it away. I can't give that purse to anybody, and you don't want to give those beliefs to anybody either, right? Okay. So thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and post this now. I love you guys so much. And namaste. Oh, wait. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel below. Click the bell icon to get notified for future videos. And definitely give it a thumbs up. All right. And check out my page on Facebook, Your Intuitive Health Coach. And that's good for now. If you want a reading, I'm not like officially giving out readings yet. But if you officially want one, then message me on Facebook. Message me on Your Intuitive Health Coach on Facebook, because it's clearly something that I'm moving toward, and I am starting to give readings. Most of them I've been doing like here with you guys, recently, and also online. But Yeah, if you feel drawn to ask me for a reading, um, my initial ones will be very reasonable. Maybe even I can't even say it because you might be watching this video like 3 years from now, and I'll be out. My price will be very different. But if you're watching this video today, as I'm posting it today, and you want a reading, um, just let me know, and we'll work it out for a reasonable fee. Okay. So I love you guys so much. Awesome. Have an awesome day.